Hi everyone, I'm Dactator, and let's talk about... what should I call it? I'll just call it Asphalt 9 because that's what it is. Only difference is, you can play the same account on both your phone and your Xbox or PC or something. You're playing with every other platform, the game runs astronomically worse than before, and looks worse on most devices as a result. You can play with friends in private lobbies while risking being put in cheaterboard, and required ranks in career is finally reverted. Wait, what? Okay, let's start from the top. Immediately when you first log into the game, the new update screen is not any different. After that though, the home screen layout looks significantly different. It doesn't navigate as efficiently as before. Navigating anywhere now takes more clicks to get to. The interface and the menus themselves and the graphic design looks fine, except for the wildcards, which just look a bit goofy. The new graphics on my phone is a spectrum. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks okay, and sometimes it looks utterly abysmal. This is for multiple reasons. They gave me the low preset for my phone, since the bloomin' god rays are 144p, slashed the render distance and texture quality, and slashed anisotropic filtering. This makes the overall aesthetic go from somewhat photorealistic to completely cartoonish looking. Even on fully maxed out graphics, the game just looks brighter and sometimes with very nice lighting reflections, but the difference overall is small. But even with those reduced graphics, the game is optimized infinitely worse than before. It's more than likely not optimized at all. My phone now heats much quicker than it used to before the graphics change, and lags much worse after watching a lot of ads and such. I have to restart the game after taking a goddamn screenshot because it lags so much after that. A screenshot! And the game looks like this. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, unloaded textures that take their sweet time in loading is worse on PC. People report graphics issues with NVIDIA cards. My Intel iGPU has some insane graphical bugs when rendering particle effects in the sun for whatever reason. Game is built on DirectX 12, which most people don't have the cards that come with DirectX 12 on hardware. I heard it's going to use Vulkan soon as well, but goddamn. Multiplayer changes. Oh, the multiplayer changes. Don't get me started on the multiplayer changes, man. Just don't. Just don't. I swear, the new multiplayer is the main downfall of this update, because everything in Asphalt 9 pretty much just revolves around special events and multiplayer, and they make it as horrible as this. The matchmaking is rank-based. This is fine in MP2, where you have free choice of cars and thus can make almost any car work. In MP1 though, you get limited pools, and since they're all rank-based, you get such incredible contrast in the car pools as McLaren GT at 4022 versus Apollo N at 4047. Yup. And also, there's a bug that's now been fixed that doesn't let you use cars from the pools for previous leagues and brackets, so if the offerings are all worse than in previous ones, you're stuck with making those work. Thank goodness that was only a bug. What makes this worse for MP2 is, after maybe around 4000 rank is just whatever other opponents are 4000 plus, and in lower ranks sometimes cars ranked 500 points above yours may match you. Take my 4-star CX-75 at 3560 rank, versus a gold Van at 4099 for example. My CX-75 is not beating it in Classic unless I'm a top 1 player and my opponent is anything less than an above average driver or an above average dirty player. Speaking of, it's all Classic now. No ghost season to be seen for miles. You get 10 seconds of ghosting at the start and that's it. You're open to being blocked and knocked now. Previously, it was collisions at 15 seconds and knockdowns at 20. I'm pretty sure they also reintroduced the knockdown system change from years ago, where Shockwave and Perfect Nitro are both your instant knockdown and invincibility shield, which was and is the most horrendous change to have ever been thought up. MP1 leagues also have 4 brackets each, with Legend being at 3000 points, so the grind is insane. Point gains are all over the place. You can instantly demote if you don't get first place immediately after entering the next league or bracket. Overall, it's just a miserable experience. That's multiplayer as a whole now, really. Previously, multiplayer was far less painful, enjoyable sometimes even. Now it's just miserable. Crossplay has also not done wonders for the lobbies you get. Often, at least 2 people in your lobby won't connect for a myriad of reasons, and thus waste your time before the racing begins. Once the race does begin, you'll have their cars lag at the most inconvenient at times, messing up your race. They'll also be incredibly aggressive while driving terribly, which people on Discord are saying is due to players from Android. Well, isn't that just perfect? Well, you could always stay out of multiplayer hell and play private lobbies with your friends, right? Well, definitely if you're not in a club and don't care about rep, which likely isn't the case for you. It seems that playing any number of races in private lobbies could get you flagged and put in cheaterboard, where you don't earn rep, and only race against those who are also in cheaterboard. This may be because private lobbies were previously only for ESL participants, and they hadn't fixed the detection part of it before pushing the update. That's just speculation though. Okay, maybe not for the time being. How's that new Singapore track? Well, it's miles worse than any other track in the game! Isn't that wonderful? Pretty much all of the track is low grip terrain, meaning your cars drift wide, you can't turn, you can't get a car to do any type of float. It's just bad for the sake of being bad. Why did they do this? Who knows? There's also this incredible thing where if you wreck on this stage here, you're sent in an infinite respawn loop, and you have to quit that race. Awesome! Don't forget the incredible invisible wall after this ramp here, and these 360 or shockwave objects that jump scare you. The track layout itself is very awkward and unnatural too. Just not a pleasant experience in any car. Never mind then. No enjoying the new track. How about new garage levels? All the cars in there are cool and nice. You have no real way of obtaining them as of right now, because the Legend store still only goes up to the old garage levels, forcing you to buy the Collector 1 and or 2 packs if you're really desperate, which Collector 1 packs are at a 95 token price. Okay, it's not all terrible. They finally reverted the required ranks changing career after over 2.5 years. Why couldn't they have just not introduced this change in the first place? And sitting paused in a race for a while doesn't seem to make the rest of the race way lower frames than usual. I must say that's actually quite nice. Let's see, anything else? The garage looks much nicer than before. Car models look better because of higher level of detail in races. Yeah, no, that's all I got. So in summary, Asphalt 9 really could have done with crossplay and cross-save, private lobbies without the risk of cheaterboard, the required ranks and career reverted, and the thing about being able to pause for a while in a race. If they had actually optimized the game on the new graphics, it'd be acceptable too. However, since multiplayer is basically half the game and they've ruined that, plus the terrible optimization for new graphics and Singapore being such a disaster, I can say that Unite ruined Asphalt 9. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.